Hello everyone, this is Robert, 50 years of chess. I brought you another game, but let me just tell you about my young opponent. Ritvik Johal, rated 1603 on Fide Arena Chess in Blitz. We played a Blitz game together, 5-minute game. As you can see, he's got a lot higher rating than me. I don't have a very high rating in the Blitz, so I don't play it very much, hardly at all. But I've been playing a couple of games last couple of days, and this young man is a young junior champion. I checked him out on the Indian website, and this picture was taken of him when he was maybe 5 or 6, something like that. But I've seen another one of him, I think, where he's a little bit older, about 7 or 8, and he's just picked up this huge, great trophy in another tournament in 2026, I think, a couple of months ago. And he's a bit bigger, a bit taller, but the trophy he had was even bigger than the one that boy had last time. And it was so big, it was nearly bigger than him, I think. So he had a job to pick it up. So he's obviously a talent. As I don't know what's going on in India at the moment. They're going crazy on chess, and they're just producing all these amazing chess masters and grandmasters, and they're so young, and they're taking the world by storm, and they're certainly strong. And this young lad showed his strength in this game, and I want to show you the game. He's playing white and I'm playing black, and this was played about an hour ago. His rating, as you can see, is 1603 and I was 1325. So I wasn't expected to win this, but what I do have over youngsters is I do have experience, over 50 years of it, and it comes in handy. So let's see how it goes. He played d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3. So there's an opportunity of a Nimzo Indian with bishop b4 for me. But I played d5, preferring to go for a queen's gambit. And he's played bishop g5. I can play bishop e7 or bishop b4, which is the best move. I decided to attack him with bishop b4, pinning the knight. Queen a4 check doesn't work, but picking up bishop because I've got knight c6. So he's played e3, good move. c6, knight f3, knight on b to d7, a3, and bishop takes knight, b takes. Called now, where I play queen to a5, 6 into e4 to put added pressure on that c pawn. And it's interesting to see how well he knows this. Queen c2, knight into e4. He's played rook c1, but I didn't do it because it doesn't work. It doesn't quite work because after pawn takes pawn, he can move his bishop anyway, and it's just a pawn he can recapture maybe at another date. Also, if he goes knight takes g5, knight takes g5, d takes c4, the knight is still able to come into e4 or back to f3. So that one pawn doesn't make a lot of difference at this moment. The ideal is if he plays knight back to c2, then I can play pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn, and then queen takes g5. So he's taken the bishop, and he's played bishop to e7, and I played rook to e8, and then he brought his bishop back to b4. Queen back to c7, c takes d, e takes d, because I want to be able to get my bishop out, my white squared bishop. c4, and I played a5. Let's go back to d2. I took the bishop, he took the queen, Now knight f6, and I can go back into e4 again with my other knight. So pawn takes pawn. So I have to go knight takes pawn because I can't go pawn takes because you take my queen. So now he's played bishop d6. And I played g6. Reason being is I've got to be careful because with the knight on g5, that would give him a three-pronged attack against that pawn, and maybe more. So he castled, and I played bishop e6 to get a strong centre. He's attacking the knight. The knight went to f4, and his bishop went back to b1. Sorry about that. Knight to g5, attacking the bishop, and I brought it into g4. Now, I'm threatening knight e2, which would win the exchange by taking the rook on c1. I'm interested in see what he's going to do here. So, he's played bishop a2. I don't think this is good, because even though he's going to get a real threat against my f7 pawn, and maybe win the exchange back as well. e2 check, and he's gone king to h1. So I took the rook and accepted the challenge of bishop or knight takes on f7. But he didn't. He's done something wrong here. He's gone rook to c1. I really don't know why he didn't take the pawn and win back the exchange. But he won't get a second bite of the cherry because I've gone back now with bishop to e6. Now he's taken the bishop, and I've gone f takes e6, queen a2, attacking that pawn, and I've covered it now with a queen and a rook. So that was the end of the his chance of equality. I'm also attacking the knight on g5, so you have to bring the knight back. Now, even though we're level on pawns, I do have the two rooks with the rook and the knight. So I've definitely got an advantage here. I moved my king out the line of that a2, g8 diagonal, so that pawn won't be pinned anymore. And he's gone queen b2, b5, d5. That's brave, very brave, because he's getting a check in, but it is moving his two pawns up to try and get an attack going. So I've gone king into f7, and he's taking the c pawn, which gives him a pass pawn, and also I've got a weak b5 pawn. So I'm offering a queen swap, and he took the other pawn. So now I've got 4 pawns against 6. So yeah, that was a really good, brave move that he played against me. I'm attacking the queen now with rook b8. He's taken another pawn. So he's equal again now because he's got more pawns. So I've gone rook down to b2. He can't move the knight because I'll come in with queen takes f2. So he's played queen a7 check, and I block that with rook e7. So he's gone queen to e3. I think if he'd have gone c7, it probably wouldn't work because I could go queen back to h8, and we stay as it were. So I've put my rook behind that pawn now. There's no chance of it moving on any further. I'm blockading it. So now he's attacking my queen with his pawn. I move my queen up to f5 with the threat of rook down to b1. Rook takes rook, queen takes rook would be nice. Now he's played a4. So I played my pawn, my rook. I played my rook to b1. Knight into d4. Now, this is something that I have seen in youngsters who do this a lot. They attack after they're being attacked. But what happens is often when you do that, like he's down here, he's attacking my queen, but his rook is under attack as well. And it's easy for me to just play rook takes rook, queen takes rook, and then queen into d3. I could take the pawn on e5, but this is excellent because I'm attacking the knight, but I'm also threatening to play queen down on the back rank with checkmate. So he has to be careful. He's now moved his knight to b5, attacking my rook. But again, this is why I didn't take the e-pawn. I just play rook takes c6. And he can't take it because I'll just go queen down f1. That's me. So he's gone back with his queen. He's realised now that he's in a lot of trouble. He's lost his passed pawn and the game is slipping away. So I've attacked that last pawn, passed pawn of his on a4, and he's checked me on d6. Moved my king into g7. Knight on e8 check. King back to f8. And he's gone to knight to f6. Now he's attacking the h-pawn, but I don't need to worry about that. I just take this pawn on a4, let him take it, and then king g7. He's gone back to f6, and now I could play queen c6, threatening rook a1, which would win the queen. But first of all, I played it to a2, which was a mistake, because like I said, if I had played queen c3, I would have won the queen, and he can't do nothing about that. So he's played knight back into g4, protecting that f pawn and the pawn on e5. So now I've seen that the pen is dropped and I've played queen c3, threatening to win the queen. Played h3, but it's too late. Rook down to a1. Queen takes check. King to h2. Queen back up to d4. g6. Queen to d2. I'm just maneuvering here and making him have to guard everything. King to g2. You have to remember, we're playing speed chess. This is about 6 or 7 moves ago. We were down to less than a minute and the clock's flying round. So we're both playing at rapid speed. I played g5. This is just a move to make him move. Knight into f6. King up to g5. Knight in attacking my queen. And you have to be careful when you're up against a knight. You always keep your queen away from your king, so there can't be no forks. Unless you're really watching carefully, you can do it. But generally, keep your queen and king far away from the knight, so you can't do it. Like here, we're a little bit close to queen and king, but you can't fort me. Now I'm attacking the pawn on e5, which is now lost. I'll just check before I take that pawn that he can't fort me and win my queen, which he can. So now he has to move the knight. So he's gone to e8. Now I played queen check. I should have done this. I should have just played king to f7, and he's lost the knight. But with only seconds left, you haven't got time to see this when you're analysing a game. You have all the time in the world, but you can't, not when you're playing. You just got to play instinctively. So he's gone king to g1, and I push my pawn on. Now he's put the knight out to d4, just making sure that when he goes knight into e6, it's not forking my queen. So he's attacking my queen again, trying to win on time. Even though he's got a last game, I don't blame him. It's with Blitz, it could happen. Queen c5, h4, e4, H takes g5, king takes g5, knight to a3, 4, king to g4. Again, I missed queen c1 check winning the knight because at the time we're in such terrible time. And he resigned anyway. You can only go back with the knight one square, and I would check him and win it. But the plan was to get my king into f3 and then get a checkmate in the corner here. So that was the game. He played well for a long time, but he really should have took that f7 pawn instead of playing something else. That's what lost him this game. But I could see that he's young and raw, but he will get better and stronger, and I won't be able to do things like this. Probably if I play him in a year or 2 years from now, he'd probably slaughter me. That's how good and how fast they are. I'm an old man, I'm on the way down, but he's definitely going up. And it was an interesting game just to see how well developed some of these kids are. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll get another one online as soon as I can. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you for continually watching the games and waiting for more to come. I'm sorry I'm not getting them on as fast as maybe some would like, but I do have other things to do, and I've got a wife to answer to. So thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.